Hey guys, Lucid, welcome back. We've got another episode here for you with Bogarus, and yeah, we've got some good luck this turn. I'm not gonna lie. Grippa came into the game telling me we were gonna have all sorts of shit luck. We weren't gonna find any sites. That I need to be prepared to know what it's like to be him and never get any magic sites. Well, guess what? Guess motherfucking what? Tower of the Iron Order, an enchanted pyre, 6 gems, and a province I already forted. Mmm. 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 So goddamn tasty. Look at them gems. Now, we'll talk about all the other stuff that happened this turn, but I just want to spend the first bit talking about what this means. Because on one hand, it doesn't mean that much, right? On one hand, I already have the Earth Astral Cross Path, right? On one hand, I already have Communion mages that can cast Earth magic up to arbitrarily high levels in combat. On one hand, I've already got mages which are way more research efficient than these guys. So, on one hand, they're not that good. On the other hand, though, they're pretty amazing. And there's a few things that are special about them. One is they're going to come in a few varieties. We'll talk about them all. So the Earth Fire, probably the least special because I already have that cross path, and I don't think there's a ton of things I'm going to be able to forge that are special with that. Air, also not very special because my Master of Names will come in the Astral Air variety. And Earth Air is kind of nice. It's going to mean I can do... this is a unique cross path. From my nation. We don't get this normally, Earth Air. It's going to mean I can do the Skultado Volturnuses if I need to, which are the little lightning zappy shields. And it's going to mean I can do Dancing Shields or Flying Shields or whatever they're called, the miscellaneous item. And it's going to mean if I want to, I could cast Rain of Stones. Outside of that, I don't think it means very much. That's basically what this path means, I think. Earth and Astral. Let's talk about these two. So Earth, that means I'm going to be getting Earth 3s, and that is by far my highest Earth Mage. It's high enough, in fact. Like, I actually didn't have a plan for really... My plan for climbing Earth was, like, really weird. It was like, well, if I get a Ring of Wizardry, then I can build Earth Boots, and then with the Earth Boots and the Ring of Wizardry, I can build a Troll King and all of this. Well, now it gets way simpler. Now I just get an Earth 3, one of these guys, and... put on Earth Boots and a Ring of Wizardry, and I'm Earth 5. Now, I can even get Earth 6 to do Elemental Mash, Earthblood Deepwell, if I can get a Bloodstone, which I can with these guys by empowering one of them in Blood. So that is another thing that's, something we can look at doing. So that's pretty significant, especially since very shortly I'll probably have the research to cast Earthblood Deepwell if I want to. I think I'll probably try to control Eternal Pyre, and I'll probably do Earthblood Deepwell with a partner, I think, if I can. That seems to make sense. Then Astral, not super special, except that it can teleport without any magic items, which is real nice. It's going to be good for, like, mind hunting and stuff like that. I mean, I can get Astral 3 Staretza, but they're pretty rare. So this will dramatically increase my number of Astral 3s if I start getting them every turn, which I'm not sure I'll get them every turn. I'm going to get them until I get probably most of the cross paths. I don't care about the fire cross path, but... the other thing is these paths are potentially going to open up some artifact forging if I want to go there. Like, one of the artifacts I kind of like is... It's not great. It's not, like, going to change your game usually, but... Atlas of Creation or whatever it is. I kind of like that one. And these guys can kind of help you forge it if you have enough boosters. So, yeah. Now, we're not going to start making them right away. Okay, we are going to start making them right away. I would like to get some of the different... Like, I'd like to get hammers and stuff maybe out too, which they can also help me with. And they can cast Gnome Lore, which is probably what I'll have them do at the beginning. because my site searching for Earth is basically non-existent. And I think I have enough priming the pump now, especially with finding this site, that I don't really want to do the manual site searching for Earth if I can help it, because our starets are already going to search everything except for the one. Like my alchemists that are going to go around and site search for Earth are just going to find literally, they're just going to be site searching one Earth everywhere, and all their other paths are wasted. So, in other news, we cast Dark Knowledge twice and we found a gallows. Now, these were targeted to provinces that are more likely to give death sites because this is our first time casting it. So, pretty likely we find some stuff, but still, it's nice when the first salvo that goes off we find one. We should be up to 2 death gems a turn now, which is really good. We're gonna go through some of the events. We'll talk about the stuff that happened over here. So, like I thought, the frogs came over here, and I'll show you the army they rolled in here with. This would have wrecked us if we sent our heavy cav in. I actually changed this at the end of the last turn because I went and did some sweaty testing. I didn't test it with all the Mournfuls and stuff, which we actually do way better against the Mournfuls than we do against these guys. These little Chad Ice Guard fuck us up. It's ridiculous. We can kill this easy, but I need some mage support. I'm gonna need Strength of Giants, or crossbows and flaming arrows and stuff. So, we can kill it, but shit. They're raiding. Inside the cap, we're going to be storming it with most of the people. We're not bringing all of... I don't think there's much inside. And we're not going to be waiting around. We're going to go ahead and storm it. I don't think there's too much you can do. The script for storming basically is going to be... the god can't come, so I don't have to worry about that. But the script for storming, we basically have all of our guys, all of our archers on Holden Fire archers. And this should clear all the people off the wall. And then once they're cleared off the wall, I don't even think there's mages inside. I think because the Tungaliks, I couldn't really tell last turn if he pulled all the mages out. But the Tungaliks have come over here, which are, this was his mage core. And he's got, an Engakok here, and he's got his other, he only had 2 Engakoks, and he's got 1 Engakok here. So, that's basically the situation for him. Is I don't think there's anything inside. And so we're basically going to send a few guys who are going to be smiting spam... my God, I can't even talk. Who are going to be spamming smiting spam. And our archers are going to clear the archers off the wall, and then our heavy cav are going to run in. I should have these guys on attack rear. The heavy cav are going to run in and clear the back out. We got flaming arrows coming up. It's coming up a little later. One of the things, we got Conjuration 3, so I've gone ahead and put in Earth Power. This will help a little bit with keeping the Communion from burning out. And we have Flaming Arrows coming up 1 turn later with Phoenix Power Flaming Arrows. I also think with this, I don't think I need to do Reinvigoration as much. Where's my dude? Did somehow that guy... Oh. That was a mistake. Reinvigoration guy wasn't coming. Okay, so I think this guy, instead of doing Reinvigoration, I think he can do... I don't know. Was this magic or something? And we'll have him do it at the end. I don't think they're going to... And I can go back and watch a previous battle. I don't think they would have fatigued out without that Reinvigoration being cast. I think they would be fine. And here, with Earth Power going up and them getting more Reinvigoration from that, I think they'll make it to the end of the script when we can bop them with Reinvigoration. So that'll save a Blood Slave. And, oh, this should be holding attack. But, I think that's basically how this is going to go. He's basically given up his cap, which I think he had to do. What's interesting is... This was by far and away the smartest move for him to make, just to extract as many pounds of flesh from me as he could do. They've done a pretty good job. Like, I was salty about how they were kind of fucking with me in the last game as part of the coalition, or part of it. They were like the shit-eating grin leaders of it, and then the backs, one of them was the shit-eating grin leader, and the other one was the sloppy fourths. But man, they have played really good this game with where they put their troops and all of that. They knew, and some of it was just kind of obvious, more obvious. Some of it was like, okay, correctly anticipating there's no way I can hold the cap now, and then abandoning it to fuck with me over here. This was by far the move I wanted him to make the least. I mean, the only thing they should have done that they didn't do was they should have traded for items for their worm, and their worm might have been able to super combat in this with a ring of Aerofend and a ring of regeneration in their cap with full scale. So there's a chance that could have happened. But aside from that, they've made just a lot of really good plays. That said, I think they might have made strategically some bad decisions. Potentially not asking people for a nap, expanding too much into Tianqi, and then they didn't really have that many troops, which is kind of important for your first early war. So there were some issues, I think, strategically with what they did, but tactically, like how their troop movement has been super on point, in my opinion. They certainly have done exactly what I wanted them not to do most of the time. And then sometimes I've been able to abuse that to take the fights I wanted to take because they were doing the thing that would be most annoying to me. So, anyway, props to them. Oh, the other thing I didn't mention was we got 40 fire gems from Raga. I had told you last turn we were trading 1,000 gold for 40 fire. It's a rate of 25 gems, or 25 gold a gem, which I can really use my gold right now, but I really need those fire gems too for later. And helping Raga out of a pickle. Calum, in terms of nation, like the players are great, but in terms of national matchups, I hate basically every human nation, especially human nations that don't have a lot of magic weapons, hate being next to birds. And I am certainly in that camp. So I'm not very excited about it. But what am I going to do? Yeah, let's take a look. We saw a few battles here. So this is, we got to finally see what a birding looks like. These guys are, I think they're on hold and attack. Oh, wait, what turn is it? Nope, that's just attack rear. Yeah, and they just jump back here, knife the commander. And like that, they don't lose anything. And now there's only one PD, which... Raga's in a weird situation because they had all their income cut off last turn, so it's very hard for him to do PD. But usually what you want to... I'll show you what you do if y'all are getting birded. It's what we'll do when we get birded, if that day ever comes. But, like, if this is the PD, what you want to do usually is have your commander with a few bodyguards positioned at the front of the formation. And that way, if they're on attack rear, they'll go knife the indie commander, but they won't knife your commander, and therefore the troops won't rout. And then you do like 15 PD or something, and then you have, 5 guys on guard commander for you, and then maybe you have, I don't know, like 5 other guys, or like maybe 7 guys, 10 guys or something, right? That'll be mixed in with the PD on attack, because it's going to be cheaper and more mobile than just putting the PD up super high. And then all those guys should be able to... when you outnumber the birds, you'll do pretty good, but not if your commander gets sniped. Anyway, that's kind of how you handle budget bird raiding. But, yeah, Calum is smacking Raga pretty good. I don't know if they can trace income from the stuff they've raided now. Raga's gone and taken a fair bit of it back. So, that is a thing. And we are going to... we pinged both of these thrones, too. This one has a bunch of sages and a lore master. And kind of a lot of troops. I think this one I just put up anti-magic and, like, flaming arrows. And I think we'll be okay. I think I don't have quite enough troops, though. Like, we're going to have the 20 crossbows here. We'll have these guys... we probably do have enough. I'm getting an alchemist this turn. That way I can do flaming arrows. I mean, I think what I would really need to do is make some archers here this turn. And then the flaming arrows would be a bit more effective. I mean, honestly, I could probably make a lot of archers. You can see we've got a ton of points. I would just need to free up some money. Oh, -4. I can go ahead and cancel this guy. That actually gives me a fair bit more money. Yeah, 200 gold of archers I think would make a big difference in this fight. The other question is, do I have enough? I don't have enough commanders. The other problem. I think I can get a commander here. So I think this is the only way to do it. I have to get a commander here this turn. He'll lead these guys in. And then these guys are actually going to have to hang tight. Will I be able to carry everybody? We're only going to have 20 slots. I think I'm getting more than 20 dudes, so... there, that's 20. But we'll be bringing... Okay, we can get more, because I'm going to have the mages coming too. 30... It's about 40 guys, so... Yeah. Should be okay. We're outside searching nature too. I haven't found any nature sites yet. But I'm sure we'll find one eventually. And by sure, I mean I hope. I desperately hope. So okay, we get this commander, we get these guys, we should be able to hit this next turn. And that will be pretty good. And then honestly, if Maryland or somebody gets this throne, I'll be happy. I don't want Arco to get it. But if we have 3 thrones too, I'm okay with this. It's not too many. The thrones... There's the only throne here which I'm looking at, which I'm like, oh man, I kind of want this, is this one, because just to secure the high water access. Everything else, I look at it and I'm kind of like, well, the Iron Throne would have been great, but we already have these guys, and then otherwise it's not very good now. The Crystal Throne, it'd be nice, but it's not great. This would be good to get higher nature access, so this would be really good too. So I guess the Throne of Earth and the Throne of Water would be my favorite so far. This would be actually pretty good too, because this would mean more Firebirds. So this would be really good. And it means we don't have to worry about summoning a Flame Spirit. So this would be game-changing a bit. It wouldn't change my timings, because I still can't cast Eternal Pyre without a Ring of Wizardry, but... So these 3 would be really nice. Throne of the Moon, whatever. It's basically 2 gems. This one, I don't even think I would get it because we're Firebirds. I don't want Misfortune, even though the pearls are really nice. This one I probably wouldn't even get because I like Growth, unless I coupled it with another Growth Throne, which there's a couple of. There's the Throne of Life and the Throne of the Moon. So if I got the Throne of Moon or the Throne of Life and the Throne of Death, we could do that, but otherwise I probably would skip it. And the Throne of Knowledge, I've got good researchers and astral mages anyway, and these guys are super expensive, and sure, I could get some interesting cross paths, but, I don't know. All that being said, while some of the thrones would be nice, it would be great to have fire access. I've already got a plan to have it. It would be great to have water access. I don't really have much of a plan, except my god's going to have some of it. We'll be able to climb up water reasonably easily. I can summon a Sea King's Court once I get some water gems, but point is, I don't want to get so many thrones it hurts my diplomacy, and I think I can get 3 if I don't claim them all right away or something. But if I get 4, it's going to be an issue. And, for a nation to get 3, it's not that big of a deal. For a nation to get 4, it could be a big deal. For a nation to get 5, like Calum, by the way, their throne access is pretty ridiculous. They have access to this one, which we're going to take. They have access to this one. This one's already theirs. This one they're going to have access to. They're already bordering it. They're not in Throne Rush territory, but it's something to be cautious of, because Calum generally is a nation. You want to Throne Rush with them, and they can Throne Rush better than most nations can. So we'll have to see. But I definitely, just strategically, I don't want Calum to be very successful in this. I wish good fortune upon Tianchi. I wish good fortune upon Midgard. I like the Calum players, and I want them, have a great game and all of that, but I don't want them to be very big. Big Calums, I don't like at all. Anyway, We have a shot at taking this next turn. We'll decide whether we pull the trigger or not, but I think we probably will. The trick to this will just be hitting it with anti-magic, and we'll be doing a bit of skelly spam. We don't really have that much else I think we can cast at 5. Yeah, I don't think any of this is going to be terribly relevant. I mean, yeah. So we'll probably make a play for that this coming turn. I think with Flaming Arrows, we should do pretty darn tootin' nice. And we'll be good about it. Taking both these turns, we'll lose some units. It'll help reduce our upkeep some, and then we'll have more land for more income. So that's all in all pretty nice. One thing I didn't really factor in is this is in a cave, which all these guys can see in the dark, and my guys can't. That's going to be a pretty big stat penalty up front. Our protection is still going to protect us, but our defense kind of won't. But I think with Flaming Arrows we'll be fine. It'll be a lot more friendly fire, but I think that's okay. We basically got 3 lines of crossbows, so they all fit behind our horses, and then hold an attack closest. I think this will work. Yeah, I mean, these guys will melt to the archer fire. And it's going to be almost impossible for them to hit through my protection on my Malia Druzina. These guys will hurt the Malia Druzina some, but honestly, they're going to get so peppered by Flaming Arrows, I don't think it's going to matter. Yeah, basically the script here is just 2 Communion Slaves, 1 guy Communion Mastering, Phoenix Power, Flaming Arrows. This should work. He should be Fire 3, which is all you need to be to do Flaming Arrows with 2 Fire Gems. And then this guy's... I was going to move multiple people in, but I think I figured, there's a kind of big chance that we burn out the Communion. Because I don't have any slaves to do reinvigoration is the thing. I was going to move this occultist in, but I may actually need the occultist to come up here and defend if his god moves up here. So that's going to be maybe a thing. So we'll see. I think the moves he's going to make, I think this turn... So his god is here and his army's here. The provinces he's going to take are these 2. Whether he moves the god to here or the god to here, and he'll move the army to the opposite spot, I think. So I don't know which one to expect. I would presume... It's really hard to know. This one has more friendly dominion for him, so it's pretty possible he moves the god here. I think that's actually probably the move. I think he probably moves the god here and moves the army here. And then I've got to figure out what I'm going to do. And actually, maybe I give this guy a few more fire gems. Make sure we put him on conservative gem use. I think this... there's no way this can't work, right? I think this works. I mean, just the crossbow should shred everything. Yeah, I don't think there's a way this doesn't work, but we may have to defend this for... So, like, if he moves the army here, this army could come up and check this. If he moves the god here, I think it's likely the god would come here where there's nice friendly dominion. We could maybe abuse that. If the army moves here, it definitely can threaten a fort. So we'll have to see what we do here. I don't really know, but the other thing worth mentioning too is we got a death random here, which is important, just because we need a death random. They're also maybe our most useful. All the starets are pretty useful, but the death ones can do Wailing Winds. So once I get a Skull Staff, we'll probably look to Twiceborn them so that I can keep them around for longer. But I'm also need at least 1 for the fire booster, and so just going ahead and securing it is great, so I'm glad we've got this. The other thing I kind of need to look to do is get blood hunting set up, and I think as soon as we get these thrones, I'll probably switch over to get a small blood hunting operation going. and that will be phenomenal. And that way we can, like, once we get construction 6-2, then we're going to be able to really start doing blood magic. And for us, the one we really want to do is Sinless or Horror, which is pretty easy. We'll have this in a heartbeat. Not a heartbeat, but like 10 or 12 turns. Or 14 turns. We'll have to make gear for it and all of that. So, but we're going to need to get a blood economy turned on pretty soon. I haven't really been stressing about it yet, because it's more important to decisively win my wars, get some early research targets. And my mages are already busy site searching and doing other things. So last thing I need is more distractions from my mages. However, we're going to go ahead and get that going soon. The way we're going to do it, too, is we're probably going to get an astropalagist or two to start summoning these air dudes. These Simargles. And yeah, they're really good patrollers, so we'll be doing that. We could be getting Firebirds, by the way, but I want to do a really big overcasting. And Firebirds, while they pay back, they've got a decent payback time, they don't pay you back in fire gems. So I think we're gonna save up till we get a lot. But we'll see. But we certainly could be doing Firebirds too now. The thing also is I want to have, wherever I'm doing my Firebird summoning, like presumably my capital, I want to have some people patrolling, because I don't want people to see that I have Firebirds, is basically the thing. Basically, that is the thing. For events, by the way, we got some air gems, and we lost some Dominion in our capital. And we saw a couple battles over here with the monkeys. The monkeys attacked here, and they killed one PD with just the most budget of forces. Same here, a very budget force coming in. And I don't see a ton of progress on this front, so I don't really know what's happening. But this is kind of fine. This is all fine with me. It's two good players. They're fighting each other. It's going to be tricky. I'm actually fine with either of them winning. I like both of them. Yeah, I'm sort of happy they're not winning super quickly, not only because it means it's going to be a good fight, and that hopefully my scouts, because I've actually made them this time, hopefully we get to see some of it, so that will be entertaining for the video. But, I think in general in Dominions, you don't want somebody winning too quick. I have no idea who's going to win this, by the way. At the beginning, I was thinking, okay, the elves are going to win, because, the monkeys aren't ready. But I'm actually not sure about that anymore. Right now, my money is starting to lean a little bit on the monkeys. But we'll see. The problem is these guys are kind of small, so we'll see how that works for them. And I think that is about it, boys. I guess the final thing to talk about is just we have to get the fish out of the water. TNG gets water mages. I forget actually who they are. These guys, I guess, and 1 and 4 of them are water 2s. And he's already gotten 4 water randoms, he said. So, we get these guys some Shambler skin armor. And they don't really need a water bracelet. But then you just put water gems on them. And then I think the other thing, and I need to mention this to him, I think the way to do this is you back them up with like a Mount King with 100 Long Dead. Because you don't want the water elementals to get focused down, but the Long Dead aren't going to kill shit. So anyway, you give them some backup, and you let the water elementals do most of the heavy lifting. And I think that will probably smash up Atlantis pretty good. So anyway, that's an idea for them. But yeah, I think that's about it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining me on this most wonderful day. And tune in next time to see the storming of Bogarus. Peace.